Hey, my name's Carrot Drive. I'm not Carrot Drive. My name's Andy from Carrot Drive. And today I'm going to be doing a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tier list on the tracks, the courses. So, as you can see on my screen, we have 6 tiers, S, A, B, C, D, and F. But that is way too boring for me. So we're going to change the names. And we're going to make S, superb. There we go. Superb. And we're also going to change A. We're going to make A. Pretty good. Going to make B. Okay. C is going to be meh. Just meh. D is going to be, I don't know. No. Mediocre. F is going to be trash. Perfect. So here we have our beautiful tier list. And not only are we going to have a tier list, we are also going to then give an average for every cup. Being that the S tier would be 6, the A tier 5, and so on and so forward. So the one with the biggest average would be my favorite cup based on the different tracks. And we're also going to classify them on the top 3 best and the top 3 worst. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to start with this one, which I very much know the name of. It's called Mario Kart Stadium. I don't know the names of the tracks. Now, Mario Kart Stadium, it's the first track to the game. I feel like Mario Kart Stadium is pretty... Can I help you? Luna? Mario Kart Stadium. Mario Kart Stadium is one of those tracks that I think is okay. I don't think it's bad. Like, it doesn't annoy me that it's there. So just gonna make it as an okay. Also, I need to send that backward. Give me a second. We're just gonna make Mario Kart Stadium be okay. Like, again, I don't think it's fantastic. And followed by Water Park. I actually really like Water Park. A lot of people disagree with me, but I think it's very fun. Out of the new tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I'd say Water Park is not my favorite, but it's pretty good. There we go. Water Park, I would say, is pretty good. It's okay. Oh, we have Sweet Sweet Canyon. I suck at Sweet Sweet Canyon. I cannot for the life of me play this right. Sweet Sweet Canyon is just one of those tracks that I cannot play. But I don't think it's bad. Like, it's not the worst. It's a meh track. But I do have to admit that part of it is just because I suck at it. So maybe we should just have a category called Get Good, Andy. Thwomp Ruins. I absolutely love Thwomp Ruins. Thwomp Ruins, if we check it later, Thwomp Ruins is probably going to end up being one of my favorite tracks. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes top 3. Okay, moving on to Mario Circuit. Mario Circuit is... I don't really like Mario. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's particularly good. We're gonna put it in okay. I'm sorry, Mario Circuit. Followed by Toad Harbor. I used to love Toad Harbor when I started the game. I actually thought Toad Harbor was my favorite track. But with time, I have just started to accept that Toad Harbor is just, it's okay. It's not great. I would say it is, again, we're gonna put it in pretty good, because we do have to take into consideration that it was my favorite track when I started playing the game. So we're gonna put in pretty good. Twisted Mansion, in my opinion, is superb. I adore Twisted Mansion. I would play it. It's one of my favorite tracks. Honestly, I think it's very fun as a new track, especially. Shy Guy Falls. Shy Guy Falls is one of those tracks that I think is harder to play than the average track. Maybe I'm wrong, I do not know. But I love how the waterfall is like, you know, vertical and you go up through that. I think that's very creative. It's really the only thing I can remember from the track. Other than that, I don't really remember much from the track. So just because of that, I think I'm going to get a lot of hate for this because I know a lot of people think it's fantastic. But just because of that, I'm going to make it a meh. Also, as you can see, I'm really nice with these ratings because so far there's no trash or no mediocre, but they're coming. They're coming, okay? Okay, Sunshine Airport. This one is quite fun because I hate airports. They freak me out. I try to avoid airports if possible. If I have to fly, well, I can't avoid it, and that kind of sucks, but I don't like airports. I really don't. So just because of that, I'm gonna make Sunshine. See, I think it's very fun to look at, though. I like how you can go on the plane and how then it's all on theme because you're kind of flying in the sky. I think the design for Sunshine Airport is really nice. I'm gonna make it a pretty good, honestly. And just because of that, I think I will demote Toad Harbor to just okay. Because I do like Sunshine Airport more than I like Toad Harbor. But also I think Toad Harbor is more fun to play than the others. We're just gonna leave it like that. You know, it's not life or death. What is that? Dolphin Shoals? Is it? Dolphin Shoals. Dolphin Shoals is very fun to play. But I do not like the place where you go underwater and you have to like float on those thingies, the like bubbles. The eel is very fun. It looks very fun. But other than that, it's not one of my favorites. I'm just gonna make it an okay. It's okay. I'm sorry, it's just okay. Okay, here it comes. Electrodome. Electrodome's boring. Electrodome looks bad. Electrodome tried to give you the illusion of options by giving you a green and a pink, red, magenta, whatever you want to call it. I don't know my colors. Tracks. They're both the same. There's really no shortcuts. I don't think it looks that fun. Out of the new tracks, I really think this one might be one of my least favorite tracks. I do not like Electrodome. I hate Electrodome. In fact, Electrodome, wouldn't be surprised if it makes my top 3 least favorite tracks, honestly. Just, I do not like Electrodome. I'm so very sorry. Okay. That one is called, it's the ice one, the Wario ice one, the Wario snow something, Mount Wario, there you go. Mount Wario is very fun to play. I hate the section with the trees. It annoys me, but maybe that's just a get good Andy thing, you know? Mount Wario. Mount Wario is very fun. I like how it looks. I like how it kind of takes you on a story. Like the fact that it's a single, it's 3 laps, but really it's just one big one. I like how it takes you on a story of, you know, how you're kind of competing. But I don't know. The tree section really annoys me. I don't like how the first lap is extremely short. I think the first lap is extremely short, and then the other one kind of just feels like a prolongation, and the third one is kind of just at the end, kind of boring. I would say I like it. I tend to choose it when I play online. I like it. I'm gonna make it a pretty good, but again, I do not like how it does take the lap distribution I don't think is very fair. Okay, Cloud Top Cruise is this. Cloud Top Cruise. I have very strong opinions on Cloud Top Cruise. When I started playing, I loved it. It was one of my favorite tracks. I think it's a little bit hard to play. But currently, I don't know. Like, I don't see myself choosing it quite often. I think it's quite forgettable. I don't enjoy myself when I play it. Like, I just don't. Just because of that, I'm going to make it a meh. But then again, maybe it's just a get good Andy thing. Because as I said, Some of these tracks are just harder to play than others, you know? Like, in my opinion, for me, Cloud Top Cruise. Bone Dry Dunes. Okay. That's rough. I think it looks pretty. It kind of reminds me, even of like Breath of the Wild. There's this area of Breath of the Wild. I don't know how it's called. It kind of reminds me of that, and I think it looks very pretty. I don't like it. Don't think a lot about it. I try to avoid it online. Mediocre. I don't hate it. I don't think it's trash. I don't avoid it at all costs. If it's there, it's there. But I don't know. Okay, Bowser's Castle. I really like Bowser's Castle. Is it a superb level? Probably not. But I tend to like Bowser theme tracks in general. Or just like fiery tracks, if that makes sense. Now, is it an okay or pretty good? I'm gonna put it as a pretty good. I really enjoy. Ooh, but then there's like, it's really annoying with the like fire. I'm gonna make it an okay. Change my mind. I get annoyed by a lot of the sections on it. The new Rainbow Road. Okay, what can I tell you? I don't like it. I hate it. I hate Rainbow Roads in general. Like, I don't know why the Mario Kart fandom likes Rainbow Roads so much. I don't like them. I just don't like them. But this one in particular, if I could remove it, I would be very happy, be very content. I do like at the end a couple of shortcuts where you just fly off, but I never know how to do them without being online. I need to practice more. I don't think it's trash. I think it's mediocre. No, you know what? I do think it's trash. I don't like it. I avoid it. No. Ooh, this one's gonna get me attacked. Moo Moo Meadows from the Wii. We're onto the retro tracks now. You know, we just did all the new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tracks from a pretty old game, but now we're going on to the retros, and this is a Wii track, and everyone loves it. I love the Wii tracks. I think they're all very nostalgic. I hate the gameplay though. I think it looks boring. I think it is not fun to play, and the shortcuts are kind of also, it's so quick. Like, it goes by so quick. I feel. Why is my cat being so annoying today? Like, if you mess up, you can't really catch up, and I think that's just a get good Andy thing. But unfortunately, I don't enjoy playing this track, and I know this is gonna get me attacked. And while it is a fan favorite, so I'm gonna consider that. I am going to consider that it is a fan favorite, and it comes from the Wii, and it has the nostalgia factor. Because of that, I'm going to put it in the meh category instead of mediocre. But if we were going purely by my enjoyment of the track, it is a mediocre. But I'm just going to consider that a lot of people like it. It's very nostalgic, including for me. So it is a meh. What is this? Mario Circuit. Mario Circuit, I don't particularly enjoy. Don't think it's bad, but I don't enjoy. Actually, you know what? Every time I think of Mario Circuit, it takes me back to, what's it called? The new Mario Circuit, which is this one, isn't it? I prefer the retro Mario Circuit. I prefer the retro Mario Circuit, and just because of that, I'm going to move this one to meh, the new one, and I'm going to move the old one to okay. I again don't think it's that impressive of a track, but I do like it more than the new version. Cheep Cheep Beach. Cheep Cheep Beach gives me nostalgia because the first Mario Kart game I played was the DS game, and you know, this is from the DS, so you know, it kind of gives me nostalgia. But I don't know. I think it's a meh for me. I don't think it's mediocre. Like, again, maybe it would be mediocre if it didn't have the nostalgia factor. But currently, it's just a meh. What is this? Toad's Turnpike? Is this Toad's Turnpike? It's Toad's Turnpike. I think Toad's Turnpike is trash. I used to think it was mediocre, and then the DLC came out with the new... I don't know the name of it, but there was a new track with cars in it. whatever it's called. I'm not good at remembering names, never will be. That's maybe why I don't have many friends, because I don't remember their names. And it made me think that instead of a mediocre, truly it's trash, because that one version in the DLC that they released that also has cars in it, that's what Toad's Turnpike should have been. I think Toad's Turnpike is trash. Ooh, Dry Desert. I love Dry Desert. What can I say? I love that it's very shortcut heavy. I love tracks that are very shortcut heavy. I love tracks that you can be doing very badly at, but then in the last round, if you get a really good item, like for example in this, it would be a star, you can actually catch up and do very well. I know it's because probably I'm bad at the game, but I love this track. It also has a nostalgia factor for me, because I think it was in the DS version, wasn't it? Like, I mean, it's not originally from the DS, I don't think. Is it? I don't know. But I know that it was at least featured on the DS version of Mario Kart DS. So I'm going to make it a superb. It has the nostalgia factor. Does it look pretty? Arguably not. But I love the gameplay, and I don't know. It's just, I love playing it. I think it's very fun to play. So I'm going to put that in superb. Cool. Donut Plains. Is that Donut Plains? Donut Plains 3. I don't know the names of these tracks, even though I've been playing Mario Kart for over maybe now 300 hours. I do not know. It's not that much, but I mean, take into consideration that 300 hours should be enough to learn the names of the tracks. No? Okay. Donut Plains 3. I don't like it. It has a lot of like brake drifting involved, and I think that's interesting because, you know, it's fun to play. Arguably, it's a little bit more challenging. I think challenging tracks are fun because you can kind of practice with them more, and they don't get as old as quickly. But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like it. I don't think it's that fun to play. I kind of think it looks a little bit boring. And to be fair, it's a retro track. Like, okay, originally it was meant to be more simplistic. But the remake, like, maybe originally simplistic was good, but in this version, I don't think it looks that good. Maybe that's just me, though. Isn't there, like, a Circuit 8 thingy on the new DLC? I like that. See, I think that is what this one should have been. I don't know the name of it, but there's like one where it's like similar to this. I'll put the name up on the screen. I'll look it up. And that is what I think this one should have been. I don't think it's trash. I think it's mediocre. Okay. Royal Raceway. I love how it looks. I love how it has the pinkish hue. It's funny though, because my girlfriend doesn't like it. And you know, my girlfriend tends to like tracks that look pretty, according to her. I don't agree with her sometimes, because I think she thinks of the gameplay more, because I think this track looks amazing. I think it looks really pretty. And she says she doesn't like it because it looks bad. Especially because she used to main Peach too. Isn't that weird? Anyway, I like Royal Raceway. I like how it plays. I think the shortcuts on it are fun. I think the strats on this are fun. I think it looks very pretty. I am going to make it a pretty good. Do I think it is superb? No. I really enjoy playing it though, so. Okay, DK Jungle. Is that how it's called? 3DS DK Jungle, yes. I never played the 3DS version of the game, so this doesn't have the nostalgia factor for me at all. I don't like it. A lot of people do. I do not. And in fact, even though I feel bad qualifying it as trash, I think I'm going to qualify. See, but it doesn't belong with Electrodome. That's the thing. Electrodome, just, can you compare a lot of things to Electrodome? I don't think so. I'm going to make this a mediocre. Mediocre. Again, do not like it. Don't think it's memorable. Probably would not care if it made it into another Mario Kart game in the future. Do I think it's trash like Electrodome? No. Okay, moving on. This is Wario something. DS Wario Stadium. I do remember playing this on the DS, It has the nostalgia factor, but even though it has the nostalgia factor for me, I don't like it. And you know, part of that is because I already sucked at Wario Stadium on the DS as a kid. And I'm not going to say I'm bad at it now, but it's not one of my best tracks in terms of how I do on it. And I know that's just a get good Andy thing. There's just tracks that come more naturally to me in terms of gameplay, and this one isn't it. I don't like how it looks. I think it looks kind of boring. I think it looks kind of sad. And I just don't really like it. I don't think it's trash. Again, that might be, a little bit because of the nostalgia factor. I understand that it's meant to be a little bit more simplistic, but to me, it is a mediocre. Okay, this one is called... I have no clue. This one is called Sherbetland. I'm gonna be honest. When playing online, Sherbetland barely comes up for me. With the people I play with. I don't know if it's because it's just luck. Like, for some reason, this one has never really showed up in my online play. Or if it's because no one likes it. I don't like it. But to be fair, I don't like tracks that are wet. I just don't like them. In fact, later on, I'm going to have a really controversial opinion with one of these tracks that is wet. And I don't like this one. I think it looks pretty. I don't even know where it's from. But I'm not a fan of this one. I don't think it's mediocre, though. Is it mediocre? This is hard. I wouldn't even remember it. I'm gonna put it as mediocre because, like, most tracks I remember a little bit more about the shortcuts, and this one I don't remember. So it's probably just because I don't play it that much. So maybe it's just a meh. Like, let's be real. I don't think I hate it. I just don't remember it. But yeah. Okay. Music Park. Hate Music Park. Think it plays bad. Doesn't look that pretty. I used to like it. I used to tell people that I liked it because I was like, oh, it's music themed. That's nice. And it's true. It is music themed. That's nice. Annoying to play. How you, the black keys on the keyboard, on the piano, just make you, like, jump up and you have to, I don't know. I just don't think it's fun. The end part with the glider and the, like, note things, I don't know what they're called. Do not like it. It's trash. It's trash. I try to avoid it at all costs. And this one, a lot of people that I talk to actually agree with me. So if anything, I'm right. No, I'm joking. I'm not saying I'm right. Okay, Yoshi Valley. I really like playing this one. I like playing it. I like Yoshi tracks in general, courses in general, but I don't know. I think the middle section where you're just on the dirt road. I mean, all of it is dirt road, right? But before the bridge is a really fun bump section. I think the bridge is very fun because it's one of those areas that you can really not avoid items as easily. And I think that's fun. I also like the ending shortcuts. I think there's a lot of possibilities there. But the middle part, it's way too confusing. Like, really, there's just one best way. I feel like if the middle part was planned out a little bit better. I'm gonna make this a pretty good. I do enjoy it. Or an okay. We're gonna make it an okay. I'm sorry. TikTok clock. Ooh, this brings nostalgia because I like TikTok clock. But unfortunately, I like it on the DS. I wasn't a fan of the remake on this game. I just think it's quite forgettable for me, honestly. I'm gonna make it a meh. Don't think it's bad. But, eh. Okay, is this 3DS Piranha Plant something? Piranha Plant Slide. Yes, from the 3DS. I'm gonna say it's meh again. Don't hate playing it. Don't think it's great either. It's just a meh for me. Grumble Volcano. I like it. I really enjoy Grumble Volcano. In fact, I think I enjoy Grumble Volcano more than I enjoy Bowser's Castle. I'm going to make Grumble Volcano a pretty good. Also, we have to remember that Grumble Volcano is from the Wii, and that gives me nostalgia. I like games from the Wii. Tracks from the Wii in general. I'm gonna make it a pretty good, if not even a superb. I think I'm gonna make it superb, guys. I think I'm gonna make it superb. Oh, another Rainbow Road. Oh no. The N64 Rainbow Road. I don't like Rainbow Roads. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I don't like Rainbow Roads. And honestly, this one I do not like either. I think it's probably even more boring to play than the new version in this game that already rated trash in the tier list. But this one at least looks pretty. It looks pretty, and even though I don't like to play it, it also feels shorter to me. I don't know if it's actually shorter, but it feels shorter to me, and just because of that, it isn't mediocre, because at least I don't have to suffer with it for that long. Cool. And we're finally on to the last category of this video, which is the DLC tracks. These are the DLC tracks, and we're going to start with Yoshi Circuit. I love Yoshi Circuit. It's one of my favorite tracks on the game. I think it's very fun to play. A lot of people disagree with me because this is a track where you can be in first for the whole race, and then in the last 5 seconds, you end up in 12th. I think it's very fun, but I understand if that is not your thing. It is my thing, and it looks pretty. I like how it's Yoshi shaped. I've always liked that every single time I've showed up. I've liked that. And, I don't know. I really like the shortcuts. I like how there's a lot of brake drifting involved in this one specifically. I think it's fun, especially in 200cc, which is not something I say a lot because I'm trash at 200cc. But this one is fun to play for me in 200cc and in 150cc as well. And it's superb. It is superb. I love it. Excite Bike Arena. This is a track that caused a lot of controversy. I feel like you either love it or you hate it. There's no in between. A lot of people don't like that it's just straight. I like that. I like that it's just straight. I think it's a little bit different from the other tracks, and it really makes this track be item dependent. All the tracks are item dependent, but in some tracks, really, it's a lot more about your driving. And I feel like in this one, it's a lot more item dependent, although there are the shortcuts every time you turn, and I think those are really fun because you have to know when to save your mushrooms and when not to. I really enjoy playing this. Would be lying to you if I thought it was superb. Like, again, it's not that great. I enjoy playing it though, and because of that, I'm gonna make it a pretty good. Okay. Dragon Driftway. I used to not like this track, but after playing it for a bit, I realized that I actually really like it. I like how it looks. I like the music. The music in this track for me is memorable for some reason. It's the first time I bring up the music, and not to say that the other tracks don't have nice music. That is not true. Twisted Mansion, for example, I think has nice music, but I don't know why I didn't bring it up. So if anything, I think this one should mean something. Looks pretty. I like the gameplay. I like all the twists and turns. It's also very fun to play in 200cc, just like Yoshi Circuit. I think it's pretty good. I'm not gonna make it a superb though. Don't know why. I can't really tell you. Like, there's just something in me that likes playing it less than the superb versions. And also it feels a little bit less nostalgic for me because it's the first time I play this on a Mario Kart game, me myself. Is this? I don't know. We're gonna make it a pretty good though. Is this Mute City? Are we already in Mute City? Mute City is interesting because I like all the tracks from this game. What are they called? F-Zero. I like all the tracks from F-Zero. They're fun. They look cool. But I'm gonna make it an okay. Like, again, I don't love it. I think it's okay, but I don't love it. I like that it's fast. Very fun to play in 200cc too. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lack of shortcuts, really. Although I do like how you have to choose between the boost panels or the coin panels. I think that's very fun. I really do enjoy that. Tempted between pretty good and okay. I'm gonna leave it at okay. Alrighty. Wario's Gold Mine. Is that it? Wario's Gold Mine. Wario's Gold Mine. You know what? I'm changing mute CD. Never mind. Wario's Gold Mine. Wario's Gold Mine is really fun to play, I would say. I used to like it a lot more though. Like when I started playing the game, I thought Wario's Gold Mine was probably my favorite track in the game. And currently, I don't think it's bad to play. I just don't feel that excited about it compared to some other tracks. For which I'm going to make it an okay. Even though it does have the nostalgia factor for me. And you know, looking at my list up here, I agree with all of these, but I'm gonna have to demote how's it called? Water Park. I like Water Park, but compared to the other ones, I think Water Park is just an okay, honestly. So Water Park is going up down here in okay. SNES Rainbow Road. Out of all the Rainbow Roads in this game so far, this one's my favorite. I do think it's the most fun to play. I also like how it's so simplistic, but in a way that it looks almost like it was on purpose, you know? And I know that it was on purpose because this track is from SNES, so you couldn't really have that much detail back then. But this one, it looks like the remake, it making it simplistic was intentional. There's a lot of other tracks where it looks simplistic, but it doesn't look like it was intentional. Like, it really feels like they just left it that way. This one, I very much disagree. I think it's a lot more fun. And it's also my girlfriend's favorite track, I believe. And I always pick it when we play together because I know she likes it. So maybe that's just because I've played it a lot more. I'm going to make this a pretty good. And this might surprise her, actually, because I tend to tell people that I don't like it. And it's grown on me. I'm going to be honest, it's grown on me. Ugh, Ice Ice Outpost. Here we go. I hate Ice Ice Outpost. I think it's boring. Same thing as Electrodome. They give you two paths. One's yellow, one's green. Other than that, there are some pretty good shortcuts in this track, I will admit. There's two ice shortcuts in the middle of it, and towards the end of it, there's one that's kind of hard for me that I never take. I don't like it, though. I think it's boring. I think it doesn't look good. And it's a little bit slippery, and I don't like slippery tracks. I don't like wet tracks. So for me, this is trash. It is trash. If I could remove it from the game, I'd be very happy to. Hyrule Circuit. Hyrule Circuit is one of those tracks that a lot of people like. I'm not very much into Zelda, and not because I don't like Zelda, just because I haven't had the opportunity to play that many Zelda games before. So don't come for me in the comments. I will play Zelda games sometime. I haven't yet. Not trashing it. I'm sure Zelda is great. But this doesn't really mean that much to me. So I think this probably makes sense when I don't think it's that much of a memorable track. It looks pretty. I will admit that it looks pretty. And you know what? I do like the shortcuts in this. But for me, it's just an okay. Like, is it a meh? No. But it's just okay. It's just okay. It's just okay. Okay. What is that? Is that Baby Park? It is Baby Park. Okay, what will I say about Baby Park? Baby Park is a fan favorite, and I understand. It's fun. As I said, for Excitebike Arena, it is very item-based. There's not much you can do. That's the part I don't understand. People tend to hate on Excitebike Arena, but love Baby Park. Although, I've seen that lately both get hate. I don't like Baby Park. I don't like that it's 7 laps. Is it 7? 7 laps. And it's just very annoying to play. Like, everyone is always there. I don't, what I like about Excitebike Arena is that it's item-based, but not everyone is always next to you. So you can kind of still drive normally, Baby Park is annoying to play. I'm gonna be honest. I understand that the idea is innovative. I understand that. I would say so myself too, but sometimes innovation is not required. Sometimes there's just no need to change it up, and this one is one of the ones that I wish didn't exist, especially online. Like, if you're playing with your friends, I'd argue that this is fun. You know, it does break relationships up, and it's kind of fun. Online, though, please, no. Please, just, no. This is mediocre at best. Cheeseland. Okay. I used to hate Cheeseland. In the past, if I had made this video 2 years ago, I would have rated Cheeseland as trash. I thought it looked ugly. I thought it didn't play well. I thought it was annoying. Because even though I did rate Dry Desert as a superb, I tend not to like tracks with like sand feeling, if that makes sense. But I tell you what, it's grown on me. It's really grown on me, and I think it might even be one of my favorites currently. I really like how it plays, because I think this is one of those tracks that is very shortcut heavy. There's a lot of things you can cut off, but you need to be careful with which ones you choose, as with all tracks, really. But I also love the idea that it's cheese-based. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's... Is it innovative? Probably not, but I mean, it kind of is. I think so, at least. Does it look the prettiest? No. This is definitely not a track that I'm rating high up because it's pretty, but because of how it plays, and because I think it's really really a luck-based track, and I tend to like luck-based tracks. Not sure why. You would think that I would prefer ones that are actually based on how good you are. I mean, this one also depends on how good you are, but I think it's fun to play. Especially with friends. Make it superb, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it. Do not care. This one's the Toad one. How's it called? Wild Woods. Wild Woods looks pretty. That's all it has going for it. I'm gonna be honest. Wild Woods is pretty looking. I like. That's it. Because of that, I'm going to make it a mediocre. I don't think it's trash. I think compared to trash, this one is a lot better than trash. But it's still kind of mediocre, I will say. Okay. The Animal Crossing circuit. Animal Crossing circuit is one of those circuits that is okay. I like how the falling fruit can be like a mushroom. I do like that. I like Animal Crossing a fair bit, so this feels like home. Feels like home. But I don't think it's that fun to play. I don't think it's that fun to play, and because of that, I'm going to make this a meh. Just meh. Nah, you know what? I'm going to make it an okay. I'm going to make it an okay, because even though I don't think it's that fun to play, I like how it looks. I like how it looks. I like the piles of leaves and the fruit. It's an okay. And here comes probably my most controversial opinion of the whole video. Neo Bowser City, I don't like it. It's a wet track. I don't like wet tracks. I understand that this one is a harder track for a reason. I understand that. I know that it wasn't made for me. It wasn't made for me. And you know, that's okay. I admit that this track is not for me. It looks futuristic, and I love the feel of this track visually. But that's not enough for me. That's just not enough for me. I don't like the middle part where you have to brake drift so hard. You know that one part where you just fall off if you don't brake drift? I hate it. I don't like it. I get pushed off this a lot, and that's because I play a lighter character. So this just really adds a lot to it. Like, I know if you're a lighter character, you have to be careful about this kind of stuff. Like, that's just a thing you have to understand. But I don't like it. I don't think it's fun to play because of that, and because it's wet, and because it goes so fast. I don't have time to enjoy it. It looks pretty. I don't think it's trash. But I don't like it, and just because of that, it's a mediocre for me. And I know this is probably my most controversial opinion of the video so far. Ooh, that's not what I meant to click on. We have Ribbon Road. Ribbon Road is very nostalgic to me. It is one of the harder tracks, and it makes sense. It's on the last cup of the game, the base game of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So it makes sense that they're meant to feel a little bit harder. Like, I get that. Ooh, just touched my mic. But this one feels fun to play. I like the shortcuts. I really like this track. I'm gonna make it a pretty good. I also like the toy theme. It makes me think of Toy Story. Maybe that's just me, though. I'm gonna make it a pretty good. Super Bell Subway, is that? Super Bell Subway. Super Bell Subway is annoying to me. There's too much going on with the trains and again, there's probably just a Get Good Andy moment, I know. But I don't like it. I don't even think it's okay. I don't think it's mediocre, though. Do I think it's mediocre? I'm between meh and mediocre, honestly. But if I look at the tracks on meh, I'd rather play those than this one. Except TikTok Clock. I don't like playing TikTok Clock, really, at all. I'm gonna make this a mediocre. Or a meh. I'm struggling with this one. I'm gonna make it a mediocre. And finally, the last track of this video. Big Blue. Big Blue is another F-Zero track. It's supposed to go fast. The shortcuts here are not that obvious, which I think is very fun. It looks very pretty. I like how the laps don't repeat. I'm not good at it, but even though I'm not good at it, I really like this track. And you know what? I'm between pretty good and okay. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to make it okay. If I were better at it, maybe it'd be pretty good. This is Get Good, Andy. Get good. This is me daring you, Andy. Get good. Can I do this to Big Blue? Big Blue's so fun, though. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. No, I'm gonna make it a pretty good. Ooh, am I? Am I though? I don't know. No, it's okay. It is okay. When I was rating Mute City, I told myself I'm gonna make Mute City a pretty good instead of an okay, because Big Blue is supposed to be okay. Sorry, Big Blue. I really enjoyed playing you, Big Blue. Okay, so now it's time to do the math. For these tracks. So I'll be right back because I have to do the math myself first. So I have done the ratings, and as you can see here, we have them right here. Being that I did the average, I added the score for every track and then did the average for every cup. And the top 3 cups from least to, from like third to first for me would be the flower cup with it's a good score of 4. You know, it's okay. The mushroom cup with a 4.25, which is more than okay. And the egg cup with a 5.25. The egg cup has some of my favorite tracks, being Yoshi Circuit, Excite Bike Arena, Dragon Driftway, and Mute City, which for all these reasons make it a pretty good cup for me. And lastly, if we rate, we're gonna go from worst to best. My top 3 worst tracks. This was hard to do, for which the top 3 in third place, we have a tie between the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Rainbow Road, and Music Park. I hate them both, but I was not able to say which one I hated the most to put in the top 3. I did not want to think about it too much because I hate them and I don't like thinking about things I don't like. So I put them both in number 3. Number 2 worst track of this game, according to me, Ice Ice Outpost. I don't know. I just don't think it looks pretty. Don't think it's fun to play. think it's meh, which might be very controversial because I've heard a lot of people who do like it. And lastly, my top one most hated track, no surprise, Electrodome. If I could remove Electrodome from this game, believe me, I would. I would. And now to a little bit of a nicer rating. My top 3 best tracks. My favorite tracks. In number 3, I wasn't able to kick one of those out. While number 2 and number 1 were very clear for me, I had a hard time choosing here. So number 3, we have a tie between Dry Desert and Cheeseland. I like them both, and I was like, they both look kind of similar. They're both kind of similar in premise too. While Dry Desert is more about cutting off big portions of the track, Cheeseland is a lot about just luck and shortcuts at the end. So I decided to put them together. Number 2, we have Twisted Mansion. I love how this looks. I love the aesthetic. Reminds me of Luigi's Mansion. It's nice. It's fun. I like how it plays. I like the music. Like everything about it. Love this track. And my number 1 favorite track, no surprise, Thwomp Ruins. I love Thwomp Ruins. I can't describe it to you. I really can't. I love it. I like how it looks. Love how it plays. And I love the shortcuts in this. They're not that many, but the ones that exist in this track, I love them. And these are the ratings. This is the podium for this video, for the tier list. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. Playing a lot of Mario Kart, I never really thought about rating things in my brain, but actually rating things makes a lot of sense based on how I play these tracks. So hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.